And welcome back, everyone. We are up to the losers match here for Group G for the FX Open Invitational Series. I am Unstable, joined here by Relkin. We're going to have FXOLowely up against MVPKeen. We're going to have a ZVT here starting on Ohana. And let's get straight into it. We've got Keen up here at the top left-hand corner as our blue Terran. And then down here at the bottom right, we have Lowly as our yellow Zerg, opting for the hatch first into a pool. Whereas we do not see anything out of the ordinary from Keen just yet. He's got no gas at the moment, likely going for a quick expand, as we've seen quite often on this map.
Yeah, I mean, it's Terran versus Zerg. We've been seeing even Command Center firsts in this matchup recently. So seeing the gasless expand is honestly just the safe option. And the question is, how greedy will he be afterwards? He's going for the refinery. If he's feeling really greedy, he could go straight into the factory, or he could add another barracks first. Really just depends. And watching Lowly, he's got his gas finishing up a little bit later, so he's not going to be able to go immediate into gas or banelings or any other shenanigans. So both players just really going for these economic openings, and nothing too exciting so far.
Yeah, absolutely. We did see Lowly versus Symbol was a very interesting set of ZVZs. But I haven't seen Lowly ZVT in a while. I do know that he qualified without dropping a map for WCS from his region. I believe it was EU. Yeah, but definitely interesting to say the least. Keen, of course, a monster in TVZ recently. Especially gave a good performance against FXO's Whale in GSTL. Pretty much just crushed him on this map. There was no other...
Yeah.
No other way to say it. He just absolutely destroyed Whale. So let's see if he brings the same caliber here. He is, of course, following up with the two Reactor Hellions.
Yeah. And you mentioned the fact that Lowly qualified without dropping a map, and I just instinctively made my not bad face, and then realized that nobody could see it. So
yeah,
we have Lowly actually brought his first queen down to inject his natural hatchery. So the second queen could continue dropping creep tumors. Interesting move there, and by the time the queen got back up, it had enough for another injection. So just a cute little move there. Allows one extra creep tumor out, and that actually worked out pretty well. That's a nice trick. I might have to steal that sometime. So we see the first few Hellions are coming out. This is an interesting bunker placement. It's very defensive, but it means he'll probably have to set up the secondary wall at the top of his ramp, because that's not really covering the entrance up into his main base at all.
Absolutely. Well, let's see if these Hellions can do as much damage as they did versus Whale in that GSTL game, because Lowly actually hasn't started to... Oh, hang on.
That's a lot of roaches.
Yeah, like I figured two or three for defensive purposes, but no, he's actually moving straight across the map. It's going to be difficult for Keen to actually defend. He's only got that one Marine, he's got the two Hellions. He will be able to repair that bunker, though. If he gets a heads up on this, he doesn't know just yet.
He doesn't have an Overlord in position, which is kind of weird. Normally with this, you kind of have an Overlord in the general area, and then you try to fly it over for vision up the ramp. But he doesn't have anything like that, so he's just going to try and brute force his way in. There are only a few Hellions, and that wall isn't up. So he has absolutely nothing to stop these roaches from just walking straight up the ramp.
Well, that's very true, and this is going to really hurt Keen. He's going to get mass repair on this bunker. He's going to lose a lot of SCVs, though. He's going to barely keep it alive. More Hellions coming out, and he is going to plant a supply depot just to try and stop him from getting up. But Lowly, I'm really thinking he should just abandon that bunker. There's only one Marine in it, and try and get up this ramp, take out some tech structures, because we do have Cloak being researched on that starport. We also see the reactor on the factory as well. He could be targeting down quite nicely. But
yeah,
the Banshee's out now. He will be able to eventually clean this up.
Oh, Cloak's not going to finish. He's going to kill it.
Oh.
That is totally dead. And
there
now
you go.
Get some more SP kills. Maybe. I think that was just poor choice of targets there for Lowly, like you're saying. There was nothing blocking him from going up the ramp. The supply depot there wasn't there for quite a while. The Hellions were dying really quickly, and you can kind of tell by the amount of damage coming out of the bunker that there weren't that many Marines in it, so it wasn't really that high priority of a target. Definitely could have swung up into the main base a little bit sooner. He probably would have gotten a lot more damage out if he had done that. Either way, he still did kill 15 workers, so it's not like that was horrible. It just could have been a little bit better.
Yeah, I feel if he'd run up the ramp, killed all the tech labs and add-ons, he would have been so much better off. But He has got Spore Crawlers going down for defense. He's already at Lair. He's getting his extra gas now. No third base just yet for Lowly, but he did put a significant dent in the resources by Keen, like you were saying. Keen also going for a third command center in his main now to try and do something else with this. He's got the Banshees coming up. He's going to notice no third base. Okay, that's certainly different, but he's still going to be able to do quite a bit of damage with these Banshees, I feel.
I think he's expecting the third base not to be done at that point, but he just wanted to see if it was on the way.
Yeah.
Because that was way too many roaches for him to have a third base already. These Banshees could kill that queen while it's there by itself, but here comes 3 more queens. There's the cavalry. Alright, Banshee's screwed. And the other one actually turns back around. That was really dangerous. And is now kind of stuck in the corner here.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be stuck.
Lowly decides to keep a queen here, then he's kind of trapped, because there are actually spore crawlers up in the main and another queen here. Oh, he's in range of the queen in the main base. That's a dead Banshee.
Yeah, can't hide back there, unfortunately, poor Banshee. But Lowly does have a good vision on this third base timing for Keen. He's going to know when he plants that. His creep spread's starting to move out there. He's got a few roaches just to defend with in case these Hellions come forward. There is a medivac here, so he will be able to go for drops in the main and the natural at the same time if he wants to. However, at this point in time, I feel he should just try and catch back up in the economy. He's 18 workers down. His third base is done. It's being morphed into an orbital now as well.
I'm surprised that the third base from Lowly is this late. He actually went for a macro hatch in the main first. I mean, he killed a lot of SCVs with that attack. He completely deflected the Banshees. I would have expected him to respond to that just by immediate third base, maybe even a double expansion, is what you would see from some other Zerg players. But he actually decided to really delay this third base quite a lot. He is working on the double upgrades and just started Infestation Pit, but I mean, a lot of that is gas that is limiting him. He definitely could have afforded to get that hatch a little sooner.
Well, this drop just lost 2 Hellions, which I really don't think were necessary. He wasn't really paying all that much attention to it at the time. We are going to see this third base move across very shortly, I hope, to start kicking into the economy. It's 50 SCVs to 73 drones. Lowly now taking his third base. He's about 3/4 of the way done. However, he is up in the upgrades here, and he's going to be quite ahead in the upgrades.
Yeah, he is delaying this. Keen is delaying this third base quite a bit, which is quite important because the third base for the Terran is very crucial for their economy. Yeah, he can double mule one of his bases, but that's not really optimal because then he just mines out really fast. So the sooner he gets this up, the better position he'll be in. And looks like Lowly might be going up for that really high drone count in the mid game that we've been seeing other players do recently. Get up to the high 90s and really just crank out tons of units, get your economy blasting, and then go straight into the hive tech. Definitely appears to be his plan here, but he has actually stopped, so he might actually be stopping down at the 80 mark, which isn't quite the same, but it'll still allow him to move into hive tech soon.
Yeah, well, either way, we've got 6 infestors on the way, but he can't really deal with his army moving across at this point in time. Grief Straight is quite nicely done here by Lowly at the moment, though. He's pretty much got half the map covered. But without those infestors out, he cannot deal with these Marines. He's going to lose 2 queens. And is Keen going to push his advantage? No, he's just going to back off by the looks of it. Oh, changing his mind.
Does he even have a Baneling Nest right now?
No.
I don't see one.
He does not. He's gone straight for those infestors.
Yeah, and they are going to finish soon with the pathogen glands barely going to finish in time. So he's not going to be hitting my pet peeve. Good job. Like, so annoying when you start the pathogen glands and then like 3 of them pop out before pathogen glands finishes. It's really easy to avoid. But he did time it correctly, so good job. Not going to be pissing me off on air. And the hive's almost done now as well. So he is cutting corners here on tech, skipping the Baneling Nest completely, using these infestors to go straight into hive.
Oh my god, Lowly's trying to get rid of this Zergling underneath the command center, but he actually placed his Marine slightly to the side, so he killed his Marine for nothing and then was forced to scan anyway, and he didn't really want to scan it. Always something funny to see have happen there, but there's going to be a lot of infestors on the field in a minute. 5 more on the way, there's already 6 out, and Keen needs to be very careful.
Oh, okay, he does see it with the watchtower, so he does pull back. Their armies almost completely missed each other there for a second, which would have been interesting, but no, there's creep everywhere, so as soon as he comes out of the creep,
oh, but he's going to go for it here already. The Keen's army is actually split up. He's completely caught. The Infestor's going to catch all these units, and we do have a lot of Zerglings up here at the top here as well. The Zerglings are absolutely being melted, but we do have all these Infestors. Don't come forward, Keen, otherwise you're going to get caught.
Oh, wow, he had a perfect fungal opportunity there, and he just ran away. He still has a lot of Zerglings and more Infestors on the way. I guess he assumed there might have been more units behind it, but that could have been an epic fungal. Decided not to risk it. He does have an Ultralisk Cavern on the way and 3/3 upgrades, but that's a lot of creep tumors going down. It's going to receive the creep quite a bit, but that is a ton of infestors unstable.
Yeah, he will be able to deal with this army quite nicely. There's not many tanks in the mix yet, just yet for Keen, but looks like Lowly is coming forward yet again. But the Blue Flame Hellions are really going to hurt here. We got more Fungals going down on all of these units. There's only 2 Medivacs here, remember, but Keen has a surround here at the moment with all these Marines, and Lowly needs to be very careful. He's throwing Fungals out left, right, and center, but he's not really able to catch a big clump of Marines due to the split here of Black King, which is really nice to see.
He also gave up a lot of Zerglings by being indecisive with them. He ran in, started to look like he was going to go for a surround, and then just pulled back.
Yeah.
And that means that he lost a lot of Zerglings there. Then when he got the Fungals off, even though they weren't perfect, he didn't have enough Zerglings to follow up on them. So it's not really something you can be doing with those Zerglings. You have to be quite decisive. But we do have 11 more drones on the way. Those could just be for spine crawlers, because in this point in the game, you do see a lot of Zerg players produce drones and then just turn them immediately into spine crawlers to really delay any pushes as they're moving into the hive tech.
Yeah, that's very true. And defend against drops as well. We do have a drop over here on the right-hand side. Should be cleaned up quite quickly by Lowly. But he is going to be on 5 bases now, and Keen is in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, the Baneling Nest is finishing up. There's a Spire on the way that'll probably be turning into a Greater Spire. Adrenal Glands are in progress, as well as 3/3 getting close to done. Chitinous Plating as well. So soon, Lowly's going to have all of the infrastructure he could ever want. 5 bases, tons of money, and Keen doesn't have a 4th base yet. So that's going to be quite troublesome. He needs to get the 4th base up as soon as possible. Drop is coming back to that 5th base. Investors are going to come over here and fungal it, but he might be able to focus down his hatchery, but no, Zerglings are going to get there in time. But that will be really low health, and he's going to have to watch out for that later.
Yeah, one more drop, we'll be able to clean that out. We do see a Viking coming down here on the left-hand side. Looking at Keen's vision, he knows about this extra base on the left, doesn't he? No, he doesn't. He is dropping down here at the... he's dropping again down at the bottom, but as we were saying, dropping Spine Crawlers to defend against these drops. And he will spot it now with his Medivac coming across, and he's going to... That's just going to make his heart sink right there.
Yeah, he actually shift queued the medevac over here, just assuming there was a base here anyway, before he had vision on it. So he's aware of the fact that he's not in the best position, just automatically assuming he's buying economically. He's going to finish off this hatchery and then just get out of here. Nice job doing. That's a lot of army sent over here to raid this. If Lowly hadn't sent his entire army and had some investors in position.
Well, he's going to get caught now. He's actually stuck in the behind. Lowly's army is coming here. He needs to wait for his ultras, though. And it looks like we are seeing 2 medivacs being lifted up, but they're going to go into the main. They're not going to get caught in time. But look at this. The ultras straight onto those tanks. The Zergling follow-up. Lowly is going to take a massive supply lead here at the moment. But the double drop in the main is being deterred a little bit by that Spore Crawler. But he is going to lose a couple of queens. Going to lose all this tech at the back here.
Yeah, queens aren't important at this point. He needs to kill tech building. Yeah. Infestation Pit is good, but none of the other buildings you really want are anywhere nearby. That Ultralisk Cavern, the Spire, turning into a Greater Spire is not in the main base. That would have been the really good one to kill if he could have found that Greater Spire and taken it out. But it is over here in the 3rd base, just about to finish. There aren't really any Corruptors on the field, but he can go for that surprise switch here because he's been using these Ultras really effectively. Now he's making a lot of Banelings, and then as soon as some supply opens up, he can just throw out a bunch of Broodlords. Yeah, there we go. 14 Corruptors on the way. So he's definitely planning on switching into those and catching Keen completely off guard. And there aren't really any Vikings. He's starting some Ghost production, but not enough to be able to deal with the Broodlords.
Keen trying to take a 4th base over here is stopped by Lowly yet again, and his army is in position to actually deny this if Keen brings his whole army up here. Mixing in Marauders, of course, for those Ultras. And there goes the scan to stop this space going down. And another scan right on top of Lowly's army. Nicely done by Keen. He's going to realize that Lowly's about to come up here, up to this 4th base. Going to deny that for now. I don't think Keen really wants to engage this because his tanks are out of position here.
That scan also did not catch any Corruptors. Yeah. And Lowly flying the Corruptors right into the army. That's a little bit surprising. I thought he was going to try and keep this tech hidden. But he just kind of said, hey, look, I'm making Broodlords in a second. Which kind of goes against the whole point of showing all these Ultras, making him make these Marauders. Yeah. And then he's like, hey, I'm about to switch into Broodlords. It's a little bit silly, but I think this game is pretty much on lock at this point anyway, unless he does some really silly things with this army.
Whoa, that is massive Fungals catching absolutely everything here. The Corruptor's taking out all the Medivacs as well. He is going to lose most of his army here to the tanks. But now he has the supply to actually make Broodlords. He was maxed out before, remember, so he's going to bring his Corruptors home, make a ton of Broodlords, and then remax with a lot of Zerglings as well. You look at the bank here for Lowly, definitely so far ahead in this game right now. Where are the Broodlords? I'm clicking it for
Keen's
him.
in a really tough position because his army's really low health. He lost almost every single medevac, and now he's aware of the fact that he needs Vikings, but he doesn't have the money because his 4th base has been denied for so long.
Yeah.
I mean, the moment he actually makes these Broodlords, I think that's just going to be game over because he doesn't have the money to actually deal with them.
Yeah.
He does not have enough resources.
Well, he's taking a while to actually
just
remake all of this, so he's actually going to lose this extra base over on the right. Ling's coming in from behind onto these tanks for Keen, but there's just nothing to really follow up with. Nice fungal going on a lot of these units. They are very low health. There's only one medivac there. There's Baneling sitting here from at the back of the base.
Why isn't he making Broodlords?
I have no idea right now, actually.
I mean, he could morph all these Broodlords right now and still, like, in a few seconds after that, be able to make more Corruptors to deal with Vikings. And I mean, he's giving Keen a lot of time to pump out Vikings. He gave away his tech switch, and then he's not using that point where it would be powerful. He's just, there's a 2nd starport on the way. The 4th base is mining now. He can be able to produce more Vikings. I absolutely do not understand why he's not making Broodlords and attacking right now.
Well, he has the bank for it as well. He's trying to remake these extra bases. He's got a lot of infestors already on the field. There we go, finally making those into Broodlords. Really curious why he was waiting so long to do that. Regardless, he's going to have these extra 2 bases up. Still 1 base up on Keen. However, Keen's army is quite large at the moment. He does not have the Viking count, but he soon will. And he's actually making those goes for the infestors to EMP those down. And he's going to come in here, see the Broodlords being morphed. And he's going to realize he needs to buy more time for more Vikings.
Yeah, there's 6 Vikings out here in a second. 6th one's about to finish. Second starport finished.
Oh, where are
well.
the infestors?
First few Vikings are actually here, but there's no infestors to fungal them. There goes the fungal. But he's actually taking out some of the Broodlords in the meantime. 3 Vikings for 3 Broodlords. That's a fine trade. Here comes some more Vikings doing even more damage. Marines coming in as well. These Broodlords are taking a lot of damage. This is a little bit what I'm talking about. Even more of them going down. 1 more Viking shot, but he does actually back off. But now 7 Corruptors are on the way to support these, but those Broodlords are quite low now. Lowly, waiting quite a long time to make these Broodlords, could actually give Keen a chance to get back in this game.
Yeah, he could. It's going to take a little bit of time before that Viking count gets high enough for Keen to utilize. He really needs to take a 5th base over here on the left-hand side. Lowly is mined out in pretty much all of his 3 of his main bases at the moment, so he's going to be running into some mineral problems very shortly.
Yeah, there's 6 Vikings on the field, 3 more on the way, so there's going to be 9. And how many Corruptors are there? There are 7 with 2 more on the way, so it's going to be 9 versus 9. I don't think either of them are very well upgraded.
Oh, EMP is coming down on those infestors. Not all of them, though. He needs to be really careful not to clump up these Vikings, as we will get some fungals going down. And there goes the fungals on the Vikings. However, they are buying time. Nice splitting here by Keen as the Banelings roll in. Just doesn't have the tank count, though. Too much supply here for Lowly. He's just going to steamroll over this army. And I think this might be the beginning of the end here. He's still got his main unit forces. He's targeting down those Broodlords as best he can. But it was 180 supply to 100. Just too much of an early lead for Lowly, and Keen was not able to bring it back. However, it was very close.
Like you said, he did clump up his Vikings there, and they all got caught by.
Oh, but the Broodlords actually being taken out by these Marines that ran up here. If he'd just gotten 1 or 2 more, he would have been completely fine. But
yeah, I think it's too late, though. He's using all of his resources trying to repair this planetary fortress.
Yeah.
He needs to keep it up, so it's understandable, but it means he can't actually build any more units when he's mass repairing it. It's the difficult part when this happens, and he's now microing these Broodlords much better, pulling them back away from the Marines so they don't get focused down. And more reinforcements are coming. That's a lot of infestors. Baneling's morphing to be able to just break the planetary fortress outright. Oh, one of the Broodlords does go down to the Vikings here. It's a good micro from Keen, but it's just really far uphill at this point, and I don't think it's going to work.
No, he is 60 supply now. More Ultras on the way as well. More Broodlords being morphed at the bottom of this base. Keen's still stuck without making this extra base over here on the left-hand side as well, remember. And here come the Marines. There are Banelings hidden under there as long with Fungals, so all these Marines are going to go down. And it looks like Lowly is going to take the 1-0 lead in this series. Remember, this is the losers match, so loser goes home. Winner will advance to play, off the top of my head, Symbol, that's right, does advance to play Symbol. in the final match. So let's see. There's the GG coming out here from Keen. So Lowly will take game number 1 with a very nice early lead and did not give it up all the way to the end. So we'll be right back after a 2-minute commercial break with our next game. Stay with us.